Hi, and welcome to the Art of Cooking with Sally Gooden. I'm Wanda Thrickhill, aka Sally Gooden. Today's show is dedicated to the George Floyd family. He was the guy who the police officer put a knee on his neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds until his death. I would like to give my condolences to the George Floyd family, and please, protesters, please keep the peaceful protesting going so that we can get some changes made in America. And that brings us to today's artist, Mr. John Moore. He created this apron, which is entitled Make You Wanna Holler, in the event of the George Floyd controversy around his death. He loves to inspire his students, and now he's going to inspire you with this beautiful apron, which is fitting for the George Floyd events. It does make you want to holler. Now, let's talk about today's recipe. I call it Any Given Sunday Basic Vanilla Pound Cake. I wanted to present this basic vanilla pound cake to you today because in future episodes you're going to take this basic recipe and I'm going to show you how to branch off and make all different types of pound cakes. There's so many things you can do with a basic vanilla pound cake. So we're going to go ahead and get right to the ingredients. Okay, we're going to start first by preparing the strawberry glaze. And I'm going to tell you a little later what I'm going to do with this strawberry glaze, but I want to get it chilled in the refrigerator because that's going to be one of our options to the vanilla pound cake. So to make the strawberry glaze, you buy the strawberry glaze from the produce department, and I like to add just a little bit, like a 1/3 cups of sugar to make it a little bit sweeter. And then you're going to mix that in real good till you see the sugar dissolve. And once it's in the refrigerator, it'll dissolve some more. Then you add your strawberries. This is that 32-ounce cut up sliced strawberries to your glaze. And you mix that, fold it in. Now this glaze can be used at a party. I usually top off my basic vanilla pound cake with this for a party. Now if the party consists of children, you want to stop at this point, but in my case the party consists of adults, and I'm going to add about 1 ounce of orange liqueur to my mixture. 1 ounce of orange liqueur, because this will be a adult party. So you want to mix that in real well. Oh, it smells so good. Remember, that's for the adults, and you can leave it out. It's only optional. The glaze is still good without it. So I'm going to cover this with foil, and I'm going to sit it in the refrigerator until it's time. You want to put it on your cake right before you get ready to serve, or when you're setting up your table. Put it on your cake. Now to start our basic vanilla pound cake, you're going to start with 1 pound, 4 sticks of butter. Real butter. Make sure you use the real butter. Then you're gonna have your vanilla flavor and add your instant vanilla pudding. Alright. And you're gonna have 3 cups of sugar. Let's blend this in together. You want to blend this till it's nice and fluffy. Stop the blender for a minute and always scrape the bottom, because sometimes, you know, these mixers won't get the bottom. And blend it in a little bit. Nice and fluffy. All right, now this is the part that takes a little time. You want to alternate your eggs and your flour. So you want to put a little bit of egg and a little bit of sifted flour. Make sure you sift your flour. This is 4 cups of cake flour sifted. Those sides. Now I'm going to pour a little bit more egg and a little bit more flour. You just keep alternating like that so it blends well. Now, you're going to gradually add in your evaporated milk, gradually. So I'm going to put my blender on low, and I'm going to gradually pour in the evaporated milk. It's 1 cup.
Lass mich nie wieder, komm schon, schönes Mädchen, komm doch mal her, schönes Mädchen.
And our batter is ready. We're going to pour this batter into a bundt pan. Now, let me tell you about bundt pans. Please invest into a nice bundt pan. Make sure it's like a heavy-duty bundt pan like I have here. This bundt pan, you're going to flour and oil this. I use the spray. If you want to use the flour and oil sprays, that's fine. But make sure it's nice and heavy bundt pan, because that gives you a better results when you are turning your bundt pan out, your pound cake out. So we're going to go ahead and give one more little stir. And I'm going to spoon this in. I'll spoon it around, make sure all around the bundt pan. You see how nice and creamy the batter is? Like I said, it's almost like melted ice cream. Or soft serve, I guess soft serve ice cream. Now we're going to preheat your oven to 275 degrees. Depending on your bundt pan, if you have a thicker bundt pan, or it may cook 2.5, or in this case, sometimes this one will cook 2, sometimes it cooks 2.5. So after 2 hours, I'm going to check it. And then if it's not ready, then I'm going to let it cook for 30 more minutes. Now, this is something I also recommend that you do, and that's kind of bang this cake on the countertop to get the air out. You want to get the air out of the cake. All right. Once you do a little bang, you then place it inside the oven for 2 to 2.5 hours. That's our buzzer on the stove. So what you have to do is now is test to make sure that your cake is done, and like those weddings, this is kebab skewers. Just stick it in. If it comes out clean, then your cake is done on the inside. And if it doesn't come out clean, it needs to bake a little longer. So this one is pretty much ready. It's not completely clean, but it's crumbling. We're gonna go with that. Alright, once you take this out of the oven, you're gonna have to let it sit for 5 minutes while it's still in the pan before you turn it out on your dish. So, we're gonna let that sit for 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna place it on the dish. And once it cools for 2 hours on the dish, then we'll be able to do some more to it, which I'm going to put a vanilla glaze on that. So, while this cake is cooling, here's a word from our featured artist, Mr. John Moore.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, or whenever you're seeing this particular show. My name is Johnny the Artist, and I ask you to forgive me if I go astray because I'm probably half asleep right now. It's been a long day. I'm an artist. I've been actually called worse. That is my profession. Not so much, I wouldn't say by choice. I think it chose me. And this particular piece speaks to, I think, a lot of what we're dealing with right now. There is some frustration, but there's a whole lot of speaking out. And it's about time, because I want to point out that Audre Lorde made a statement. Actually, in one of her books, it says, "Your silence will not protect you." And I think that sometimes we trip through this life in quiet desperation, hoping for that change, or looking for somebody come to save us. And I think once we realize that nobody is coming to save us, that's when we'll actually dip in and get into that power that we truly have. Art. I've loved art ever since I was a child. It's something I love the idea of creating. I love the idea of storytelling. I love the idea of taking one substance and using the alchemy and make it into something else. But I also see art as an acronym, A-R-T, a resurrecting truth. A resurrecting truth. And what is that truth? Whatever that thing is that brings you to life. That thing that makes you want to get up and go, or that thing that sparks you. It's like that fire that's lit at the opportune time we move forward. And I think that art right now, during this time, is such a vital component of the revolution. Because art, to me, it makes me go inside. It's for me first. But I think what comes from the heart reaches the heart. And there could be no true revolution without a revelation. Now, as an educator, which I look at myself as an educator as well, but that's my second profession. And that is to educe, to bring out. With the art, I want to tap on the gold mine of our youth, tap on the gold mines of our people, and bring out what's inside. So a lot of my work will have the gold vein running through it, and that's what that's dealing with. That intrinsic value that's us, that nobody else can take away, but they can try to convince us that it's not there. But we have to come to realize that, and once we realize that, once again, like I said, we'll tap into our own power. I want to say thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed looking at my work as it moves around in front of you today. And come visit me, and I'll see you in the movies. Take care.
Okay, I hope you like that message from the artist, Mr. John Moore. Now that our cake has cooled, we are going to make the glaze and pour the glaze on top of the pound cake. As you notice how beautiful it turned out when you let it cool in that pan for 5 minutes and then turn it on to your plate. This is the results that you're going to get. So in order to make the glaze, you're going to take your confection and sugar, and you're going to pour in your vanilla flavoring, and then you're going to use a spoon and pour in, this is an ounce of milk right now, and you may need to use more milk. That's to be determined. You want it to be thick, but yet still be able to pour a little bit, because you don't want it to pour too thin, where you want it to pour where it can kind of stop going. So if you have to add more milk, just add a little bit at a time, little drops at a time. Okay. Now, I'm going to take this. A little bit more. Now, I can drizzle this glaze onto the cake. You can cover the whole cake, or in my case, I'm just gonna let it fall to the side. And let it land wherever it wants to land. Make sure the top is covered. And then see how it's making its way down, but it's thick enough to kind of stop before it gets to the bottom. That's the kind of thickness that you want on your glaze. You want it to come down, but just kind of stop toward the bottom. Now when that dries, it's going to be beautiful. You got that creativity of the glaze coming down. It looks delicious. You're going to let that dry. It's going to give you a nice little kind of a hard crust glaze. Another option with this basic vanilla pound cake to fancy it up, if you bake it in one of these type of butt pans that have the flat surface, has the insert like this, if you bake that basic vanilla pound cake recipe in that pan, then I made an example here for you. We're going to take that strawberry glaze that I told you about at the beginning of the video, and this one you can make it with the Grand Marnier, or you can leave the Grand Marnier out. This one has the Grand Marnier. So I'm going to take it and just spoon it around. And the reason why I say use that flat one, see how so it can lay nice and flat the strawberries on the cake. And this is one that I kind of use for parties, or dinner parties, or family gatherings. You want to add this strawberry topping right before you serve this cake. And this cake, it makes a beautiful centerpiece as well. So you're going to spoon all that on there. See it, and it sliding down makes it even better. The way it slides down. So I kind of want that to happen. And even though this has a hole in the middle, I'm going to go ahead and fill that hole full of strawberries. How about that? I'm going to let some of it slide down to the edge. Now, like I said, put this topping on right before you serve. You can leave it just like that. And you can take it to your table. Or you can go ahead and put the top on it carefully. And then it'll become a centerpiece. And there you go. So you can try this recipe. Like I said, you can fancy up the cake by adding the strawberry topping. Here's a little bonus dessert for you. Since we've made our strawberry glaze, if you didn't put the Grand Marnier in the glaze, without the Grand Marnier for the cake topping, just make the glaze as directed at the beginning of this video. And now that same glaze is actually the filling for a strawberry pie. So you're gonna first put your oven on 400 degrees, punch holes all around the sides and bottom of your pie shell, and bake the pie shell first for 15 minutes on 400 till it's golden brown. Once your pie shells are golden brown, you take your strawberry glaze or topping, or now strawberry filling, and you spoon it into your pie shells just like this. And this is that pie that I don't know if you all still have a Shoney's, but I miss Shoney's because that's what I went to Shoney's for, was the strawberry pie. But when they closed our Shoney's down in our area, that's when I got started trying to learn how to make those strawberry pies. So you're going to put this all in here. My pie crust cracked on this one. Alright. That. And you get a whipped topping. And you put it on top. You just spoon your whipped topping on top. Spread it around. And now you have a strawberry pie. Keep this refrigerated till you're serving it. Always keep it in the refrigerator. There you go. That is your bonus dessert strawberry pie. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. Once again, this is the apron that John Moore has made for this channel today. It will go on eBay for an auction. Please go to his website and check out the other works of arts that he has available. And until the next episode, bye.